Hello everyone. Welcome to Bangers, Bops, and Banter, episode 34. Uh, it is 34. Alright, I
Okay,
checked.
you checked? Okay.
Um, fuck. Alright, I write titles for each of our episodes. And it's just like whatever pops into my head, and this week's is just do not look up hardcore on Pornhub. Anyway. Welcome to Bangers, Bops, and Banter. I'm one of your hosts, Joe. I'm here with my co-host, Brendan.
Hi, I'm the co-host, Brendan. And we have a guest.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm the guest Jonah. You might know us from the previous episode I appeared on about Sandcastle and it was just in the one album by Michael Kiwanuka I can't remember the name of.
Yeah.
Again, you also might know me from school. If you don't, like, okay, I don't know. And it's a pleasure to be here on the show again.
Thank you.
Second time.
You want
This
fun
video is
fact?
gonna get like 1,000 views, and everyone's just
Hopefully.
gonna be like, "What?"
The last time Joe was on is actually one of our more popular podcast episodes. So
Really?
yeah, it's got like a whole 10 views or something like that. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm.
What are the comments like?
Probably something like that. Jonah guy is really hot and sexy. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know.
It's just the sound of my voice.
Also, like bots that are like, "Hey, free babes here."
Visit website. It good.
Yeah.
Yeah, girls XXX click on profile. Yeah.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah. Alright, we got a cool little show thing coming up, I guess. Hopefully.
Yeah, you bet.
You never know, it could be really depressing. I don't
It's
think it's going to be, but
possible.
it could be. We're reviewing A Crow Looked at Me. But we're not actually reviewing A Crow Looked at Me.
Damn.
First we got some music and movie news. Afterwards, we're gonna talk about Pop Food by Jack Stauber. And then we're gonna have a discussion about the film Hardcore Henry. So, yeah.
Alright, so
What?
you can't look up hardcore on Pornhub, but what if you look up Hardcore Henry on Pornhub?
I was gonna say I was gonna say do not look up Hardcore Henry on Pornhub, and I was like, what? You're just gonna get the movie. Like, someone's just gonna have pirated it and put it there.
Hey, let me do something real quick.
I actually don't think you will anymore, because Pornhub is only verified profiles now. So
Yeah, I literally just opened an incognito window up. Damn.
So sad.
Yeah,
Dreams
it's
are crushed.
dreams crushed. How dare Pornhub remove all of the shady videos off of their site?
damn.
Damn. Ugh, awful. Yeah. That's the first part of the music news segment. Actually, is the Pornhub purge.
Yeah.
Isn't it? That's where I listen to all my music. I can't afford Spotify.
It's just like the Pornhub like theme, just over and over again, looped.
It's a good theme.
It is really good.
This is
Right. It is. I think also that, and also like there's this like bizarre. I saw like a Tumblr screenshot or something, and apparently like a large subgenre of porn is like hentai music videos. Like I kid
he's
you
right.
not.
No, he's there's a large many of them. I'll say that.
I don't know.
Many of them.
I don't know why, but they're there.
I guess
You gotta listen to some jams.
AMVs are like a popular thing in anime, so I think the idea is let's make an AMV, but not safe for work.
Yeah, I think I was gonna think that like the reason why they were around was because there's just a population of people that's just so desensitized pornography. They just like listened like instead of watching like YouTube videos, they just like listen to that just for like entertainment, not even for like other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe. I mean, you can like create playlists and stuff on porn websites, so maybe they just have like their
You can?
car jams playlist.
Brendan, how do you know this feature exists?
I don't know. I would assume so. I assume you can create playlists on any video hosting site.
I don't know if that maybe it's got to be like uploaders only or something.
Maybe
Mhm.
I can't say I've ever uploaded video to
Maybe,
Pornhub, so I don't know.
Yeah. Bop
Are you
Stop.
sure about that?
Coming soon to Pornhub.com.
All our reviews are gonna be there.
Yeah, if you thought the bot problem was an issue before,
Oh,
just wait. Yeah,
Mm.
this is a valuable use for our time, by the way. I just want to throw that out there.
Alright. We should let's get into some music and movie news. So first up in music news, Dr. Dre has been released from the hospital.
Yay.
Previously, he had a brain aneurysm. So he was in the ICU. But he is good now.
yay!
Good.
Nice.
Next in music news, I saw this and I was like, this is like it. Yes. So Converge are a super influential metalcore mathcore band. And they were recently mistaken for an internet provider from the Philippines.
Wait, what?
There's a in the Philippines, one of their internet providers is called Converge, like ITC. So they just were like flooded with a bunch of comments complaining that the internet was down.
That's really funny.
Yeah. All right. Next, Ariel Pink,
Oh yeah.
who is, well, he an artist, he a revolutionary. He was at the Capitol. He also, abuse allegations have surfaced about him.
Yep.
In a court case. He was denied a restraining order against his ex, and his ex alleges that the Pink was physically and sexually abusive. So,
Yeah.
he's canceled twice now.
No, yeah, he went from like being kind of a dumb Trump supporter to being like real bad in like a week. It's kind of interesting transformation there.
Mm-hmm.
And character development.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a word for it.
Yeah.
Yo, this Skyrim playthrough is getting kind of weird. All right. Finally, in music news, I had to put this in because I saw it and I was like, I couldn't believe my eyes. The man, the myth, the legend is back with a new song. Corey Feldman has released a new track, and I'm so excited. He is a musical genius. I have not listened to the track because I didn't have time.
I also haven't listened to the track because I'm waiting for the album drop. Really, I feel like
that's true.
This is the kind of thing where you need the album for context. Given that the song was it called like Revolution Rock or something like that.
Rockin' Revolution.
Rockin' Revolution. Yep. There's a difference there. I really think that Corey is going to come through with a very, very profound artistic statement, a new take on genres such as rock and punk, and just blow us all out of the water with his musical genius, really. I was very impressed with his last project, Angelic to the Core.
Angelic to the Core. Oh man, it's very bold of him to make a half concept album.
Well, I think in his mind it was a full concept album.
Well,
I can't
mean,
know
maybe,
because Corey Feldman's
but-
mind is really on a different plane of existence.
literally the concept stops halfway
It
through.
just stops being relevant.
It just. Oh, all right.
We'll do a review of Angelics of the Core one day.
Yes.
But oh man,
Watch
very,
out for that
very
deep
exciting.
dive. All right. Well, that's it for music news. Movie news. We're gonna start with a bit of a depresso.
No.
This isn't really movie news, I guess. But Joanne Rogers, who is Fred Rogers' wife, has passed away. I think it's pretty unfortunate. But yeah. I mean, I don't know if this is more like this isn't happy, I guess, because like it would be nice if we didn't need it. But Rage Against the Machine have released "Killing in Thy Name," which is a documentary. It's like a 15-minute documentary about race, which seems pretty interesting.
It's relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine is good.
Very good.
They're a good band, actually.
Watch out for a deep dive into some Rage Against the Machine
Ooh.
coming soon. I don't know when it's coming. It's gonna happen soon.
Within the month from this going up.
I'm excited. Also, if you guys want to see some like irony, there are videos out there of people of Trump supporters dancing to Rage Against the Machine songs.
Yeah,
you can Google them.
Hilarious.
Same energy as Elon Musk loving Parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next in movie news, I don't actually know if this is a movie. It's a Disney Plus series, but like whatever, it's close enough. But Ethan Hawke has been cast as the villain in the upcoming Moon Knight series on Disney Plus.
Oh wow.
Pretty interesting. I wouldn't expect Ethan Hawke to do like a superhero thing.
I think also Moon Knight. I haven't seen any Moon Knight movies or TV shows like at all ever.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know Moon Knight exists is because I found some old comic books that my dad had at my grandmother's attic, basically in these plastic bags, and I just read them when I was younger. But Moon Knight's a cool dude, wears all white, throws like these little like batarangs basically, but they're like crescent moons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's hours of childhood fun just rereading the same 3 Moon Knight comics over and over again. I mean, there was a guy who threw like acid knives. It's sick, honestly. Google Moon Knight type it into your search bar now.
Yeah. Do it.
Right.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm actually pretty interested to see what they do with the series. I know there's been like a recent run of Moon Knight, which is like very much about like a lot of what's in the most recent like run of it is like a bunch of like you don't know what's real kind of things. It's pretty. So I'm excited to see what Disney does with the Moon Knight and Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
You go.
Right.
Next in movie news, we got a trailer for a new Nick Cage film. It is Five Nights at Freddy's with Nick Cage. And it looks amazing. I'm so excited.
This isn't a joke, right?
No, it's called Willy's Wonderland. You can look it up. It's basically Five Nights at Freddy's, but Nick Cage is like insane or something. It looks really hilarious.
Looks like a fun film.
Yeah.
I like how like Nick Cage has been doing like a lot of horror movies in recent years. I think it's very fitting.
Yeah, we should do. I heard Manny was actually pretty good. Might have to do an episode on that. By the way, I'll have you know that the thumbnail for the trailer of this new movie is just Nick Cage like halfway through taking off his sunglasses. You know, like a cool guy.
Yeah,
So,
he is a very cool guy.
He is. He also has like a lot of debt, which is why he's in so much shit. So
he's not a fiscally irresponsible guy, but that doesn't make him not cool.
Yeah. I think like literally I think he had like 10 houses or some shit. He just like he bought like a castle. And it's just like why?
He's Nick Cage. I'm not going to question the man.
It's just very like why would you why but anyway
Question.
Nick Cage is an interesting person.
Very.
Lastly, I don't remember if we covered this last week because I can't remember. Did we cover the Bruce Willis being booted out of a pharmacy for refusing to wear a mask?
I believe so.
Okay, cool. Anyway, he was.
And then he apologized or something on Twitter, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Bruce Willis has like been in nothing good in the past decade, so I don't know what he's doing, man.
He's an old man at this point. Like,
wait, he's like making EDM though, right?
Right? No, that's Vin Diesel.
Oh, Vin Diesel. I'm a fucking idiot. Yeah, these the two bald tough guys that appear in every action movie ever.
Wait,
I got
like
confused.
there's like 4 of those.
Yeah, I feel like Dwayne the Rock Johnson is in like a section of his own. But
okay, that's fair because Dwayne, you got Bruce
Jason
Willis
Statham.
and Vin Diesel. Yeah, Jason Statham is the other one.
Statham. Yeah.
It's probably more, but like
there's so many bald guys.
There's a bald tough boys.
One of them is my dad, actually. A bald man. Yeah,
nice.
it's bizarre, really, as you think.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's it for the news. So let's get into the reviews.
Hey, okay.
I made a rhyme. Whoa.
Hey.
You did it.
Excellent. Excellent work.
Thank you.
Well, Jonah, this was your little pick for an album. You want to give us the 411 on why you picked this?
Don't know what that means, but yeah, the gist. Yeah, so the album we'll be reviewing today is Pop Food by Jack Stauber. Did I do it right?
Yep.
I think so.
Thanks. Yeah. So this is his third album, and I think it's definitely his most popular, at least so far. A number of his songs, have got it really kind of popped off, like on the Spotify top 5 or whatever. Like 3 out of the 5 songs are from this album, and I think I know a few of them have been really popular on TikTok. Actually, apparently, his style just makes for good TikTok videos or whatever. So this is relevant, and I chose this not only because it's popular and has kind of YouTube algorithm energy, but also it's just one of my personal favorites. I really like his style, and I love his work on YouTube as well. So he'll have like a clip of a song and he'll animate it in some way, which is it's definitely worth checking out. It's very unique and artistic and whatnot. So yeah, if you want to start from the beginning, or well, first of all, what do you guys think of the album as a whole? Or have you heard of it before?
I mean, I've heard like songs and clips mostly from like TikTok and stuff like that, and like memes. Like Buttercup I feel like everybody's heard at least the chorus of the song.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's so popular, and other things like, there are definitely like snippets here and there that feel very recognizable, I guess.
Yeah. I'm glad he's like mainstream now.
Yeah,
it's like it makes me happy. Yeah, so I think it starts off with the song in question, Buttercup, which I think, in addition to being like a banger, I think also works as a great intro to the album as a whole. It sets nice pace. Just the opening of the song makes for just a good opening in general, and it really sets the mood, kind of his style of singing, where he does all this weird shit with his voice, kind of all over the place with these high notes, and it's like a little sad, like a little bit, maybe like a little like nostalgic, and definitely like very wacky, to say the least. Which is just wackiness is a theme that prevails in a lot of his music.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. I feel like you said, Buttercup, I feel is a really good opener to the album. It's kind of it's a groovy track, and it's got the kind of wonky, not really wonky, but that alternative, the callbacks to like synth pop and stuff like that. Sounds like very popular and indie pop and bedroom pop today. It's got that kind of production going on, and that style is it's fun. It's at least fun on this track. I like it. I definitely like Buttercup. It's got that great chorus. I love that chorus. You can't help but sing along to it, really. That just falsetto thing he's got going. Oh, I think we lost it.
Yeah, it's incredibly catchy. I'd only listened to it like a couple times, but like the song was just stuck in my head the entire time, and I was like, "Oh my man!" It really, I found this album like grew on me a lot. I started off kind of like towards it. I think it was. I think a lot of it is I was kind of getting. It's a very like lo-fi album. Like very like kind of. I don't know what the word for it is. Like almost fuzzy sounding production in a way.
Yeah.
And I'm not like the biggest like lo-fi guy, so it took me a little while to kind of get into that. Compared to like I don't know, like Radiohead and stuff, which is pretty cleanly produced.
Yeah,
but like kind of, I mean, well, once I did like I don't know, this album almost like clicked for me.
Yeah, I think the same could be said for a lot of just his work in general, especially the stuff on YouTube. Like you'll listen to it or you watch it and you're like, what the fuck is this? And then after a couple times, it kind of like clicks. Like once you get what his like style is or whatever, it just like you really start to appreciate it. Like this, like I mean, at least that's how it was for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think the thing that I think he excels at is like hooks. The hooks on this record are like really earwormy. But like they feel very unconventional in a way that I haven't heard many other artists doing this sort of style, and I think it works very well for him.
Yeah, the way he kind of combines the fun kind of dancey instrumentation with his like weird vocal inflections, I think he definitely serves definitely benefits off of that and makes him very unique in the field.
Yeah, so moving on next, Oklahoma, two separate words. Second up, this is another pretty good one in my opinion. I think this also is the first one where we see, I wrote down here call and response. I don't know why I put that down, but basically he'll say something in the lyrics and then there'll be like an audio response to that, almost like a sound effect. For example, here we have the lyrics like, deer is falling down at the party, and then after that we have like do do do. So like we have the notes falling after the lyric and the like the imagery of the tears falling down at the party. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this uses it a couple times, and I haven't seen anyone use this before. I mean, I don't listen to like as wide a variety of music as you guys, but as far as I know, this is only really like a Jack Stauber thing.
There's definitely other artists that kind of use this like sort of
yeah. Like he definitely pronounces it a lot though.
Yes, it's very obvious in this album. And, like the hook on this track is like really catchy. Just that little synth line after the tears falling down at the party, like that just like gets stuck in my head so much. I think it's like really, I think that those like very like chirpy sounding synths I think work really well with the very laid back guitar on this track for sure. They have a very nice contrast.
Thoughts, Brendan?
So here's what I'm gonna start to diverge from you two probably. So for me, this kind of sound, the style, it can be a bit hit or miss. I don't really love this album a lot after Buttercup ends. I'm just kind of like, the style is it wears off, I guess, really fast. I don't mind. I don't think there's any like bad really tracks on it, and I think Oklahoma is not bad at all. But just I heard Buttercup, and then I'm hearing Oklahoma, and I don't see a reason to continue with it.
Perhaps do you think it could have something to do with the fact that Buttercup is just like so much of a banger that it just puts everything else to shame? You know?
I don't think it, like, even if Buttercup wasn't on this album, I'll say that, like, I would probably, yes, everything would be a little bit better by comparison, but I think I would still get pretty tired of this kind of stuff pretty fast.
I can see that.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind it. It's just that, like, I guess I'm not really in the mood for this kind of vibe a lot of the time.
I'm so upset with you right now. I love Jack Stauber so much.
No, it's okay. Also, I totally envision like Oklahoma being like a Claro song. I don't know why. It just like feels like a Claro song.
I sympathize with that. Moving on, I love you, Vern Troyer. Yeah, which is, before we even discuss what the actual song is, Vern Troyer is, I didn't know this until like half an hour before we started recording, is actually like an actor. Who's like, I didn't know this. He was best known as his role of Mini-Me in the Austin Powers series. I had no idea this guy. I thought it was just Vern Troyer was just like some guy.
Yeah, well, I mean, he is some guy, but he's some famous guy.
Well, yes, yeah, that's what I meant to say. Yeah. Which I've had to reevaluate my interpretation of the song like dramatically after learning that the thing it was written about was like a comedian, an actor comedian with dwarfism. You know, it was like
mind blown.
Mind blown. Yeah, that's the actual song. There's another one of the things where he's like, "Let me in your fruit juice," and then like a sound of a straw, basically, or like a, which again is super pronounced and exaggerated. I like it personally. Brendan, I don't know if you feel the same about the straw sound effects.
I don't mind the straw sound effects. My biggest problem with this track actually is that he's like, it's the lyrics. I feel like he's just making fun of Vern Troyer the entire time. Like, there's so many references to height throughout the song, and I'm just like, why?
Because he's small.
Yeah, he's small, but you don't have to rub it in.
Yeah. I would also like to say that this, I think, perhaps maybe some of the lyrics have aged not quite as well, considering the actor did commit suicide via alcohol poisoning.
I did not know that.
This is of course after the song was released. I'm not even gonna joke about that one, honestly.
There's nothing to joke about.
I thought of that. Nothing popped into my head that I almost said and decided not to. Moving on. Koi Boy. It's just, I mean, it's different from the rest of the album.
It's a much quieter track.
Oh, it is.
Goes along with the vibe of Koi playing on like Koi like Shy.
And Fish.
And Fish, yes,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Yes.
The song
Yeah,
doesn't
Fish.
have like anything to do with fish, but that's okay.
Yes.
What are you talking about? The title is Koi.
Yeah. I think the theme of fish is extremely prevalent throughout the entire album.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, you want to run that one by me?
No.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
See, I feel like you can make the argument that like drugs are prevalent throughout the entire album, but like fish, maybe if the fish were a metaphor for the drugs, but he doesn't ever mention fish again.
Well, Fish, it's a metaphor for Kurt Cobain because he was called Fish.
Was he?
Because that's like, yeah, that's actually it's like a thing in was it Under the Bridge? He talked not Under the Bridge. Fuck, what is it? The like really depressing song on Nevermind.
Something in the Way? Which one?
Yeah, Something in the Way. He talks about.
Oh yeah.
What is it? It's like there's no.
It's okay to
eat fish because they don't have any feelings. He's talking. It's like I'm pretty sure it's like a nickname for him or something.
Yeah.
Huh. I think the trivia fact, Koi Boy is the only song on this album to have in like a full-length music video.
Oh.
That's just a Koi boy sitting in a library, implied to have a crush on a girl from afar, and that's it. And it was honestly like was not very entertaining to watch.
Just like the song isn't very entertaining to listen to.
Shut the fuck up. No, which I honestly.
Or no, you go.
Okay, I honestly think the full-length music video thing is so disappointing because I love everything else Jack Stauber puts on YouTube. Like I don't know if you guys have seen his YouTube channel, right?
Yeah,
right.
Seen
various
videos.
It's like good shit, you know. And then we have Koi Boy, which is like no claymation or anything, none of the 3D modeling shit, none of the like. It's just some like dude in the library. Apparently, he's like the guitarist, the actor. It's like a guitarist in some indie band I've never heard of, but like can't even.
This is just my disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
Damn.
Yeah, cannot agree more.
Yeah, I do think this track is very like maybe like too laid back in a way. I kind of wish there was more like weirdness going on in this track. This feels a lot more normal compared to the other ones.
I see that. I don't want to talk about this dumb song anymore. Next up is Dog Nightmare. Dog Nightmare again is another Jack Stauber kind of song. There's like a very what's up?
It really is a very Jack Stauber-y song.
I mean, you can say the same for every track on this album because they're all made by him. But this does come with like a 10-second long music video of like a guy and a dog in a car, and when the lyric comes on, it's like stop, but and you have that weird voice. It's like a dog. They're at a stoplight. So I only wonder what that's about.
Dog Nightmare. Pretty solid track, I think. I'm not the biggest fan of like some of the vocal inflections throughout the track, specifically like the pre-chorus, but it's got a pretty decent beat going. Not a bad track.
Next up is Bothersome. Though I have one note for this song that just says it goes on for a bit too long. And that's it. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, it's kind of the same throughout most of it. It's got a nice chorus.
It does,
but it's very like it feels like it doesn't really evolve in any way throughout it. It just kind of stays like the same. Yeah.
Yeah. Again, it's also strange because Jack Stauber's other songs, especially on like Micropop or whatever his like second Spotify account, like songs will like completely change within the time that they're given. Like his other album, the Hilo, one that came before this, has like a song that like completely changes styles like 3 times in the same. It's like a circus theme, and then it's like a rock thing, and then it's like a techno thing, and then to see it and to have that, and then have this thing that just repeats the same chords like 7 times for too long is like disappointing. Yeah, I mean, at least the chorus is nice. Next up is. Were you gonna say something?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Is Safe Socks. It's. Yep. What does it mean for? What is the lyric? What does "You're only safe on the floor" mean? Will we ever know? I'm pretty sure it's about drugs.
That would make sense considering the lyrical themes throughout the album. It seems to be about like sort of an abusive home or something like that. It's like go out and stand in the snow. I'll let you in the morning. Your hands are filled with it enough to bury me home. It feels like definitely a home maybe wrecked by drugs. Those dang drugs.
And old as you know, I'm sure Jack Stauber has never done drugs before.
No, definitely not.
Definitely not.
No, you can't do drugs. They're illegal.
You're right. I want to put it out there. I've never done any drugs before. I've never smoked pot in my friend's attic before. I just want to clear that up.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah. I had a friend who took an ibuprofen this morning. Just fucking in jail by the end of the day.
Yeah, correct. You had a friend.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. I've never watched someone store his own Ritalin medication before. Just want to throw that out there.
Never.
Just say never. We definitely weren't in Italy when we did it as part of a school trip. Also want to add that in there. Just so we're all clear.
I feel like this may be become incriminating very fast.
Okay, don't worry about it. It's the internet. We're all anonymous.
Exactly.
Anyway, moving on to My Plea. This is my favorite song on the track by far. It scores very high in the goofiness factor.
Yeah.
I think it features my favorite line of any Jack Stauber song is like, "You couldn't call your dad. Is he eating? I left a voicemail that says, 'Hey, Dad, pick up the phone, please.'" I just like it. He's just like asking a friend for money to buy candy after he got mugged. Again, I'm sure there's some metaphor behind that. I choose to take it at surface level.
I definitely interpret that it's also about drugs, that he's asking for money to buy drugs being the candy bars, and the mugging is making up a story so that he can get money to buy drugs, because that's what you do when you need money to buy drugs.
No, I'm sure he names the candy bars he wants to buy, like in the background.
Yeah. It says Snickers, 100 grand, Almond Joy, Kit Kat, Crunch. Yeah. I'm kind of in with the streets, and these are all just nicknames for so Snickers, heroin, 100 grand, heroin, Almond Joy, heroin, Kit Kat, heroin, Crunch, ibuprofen. Hard drugs here.
Hard drugs. Yeah. I mean, I feel like it would have been better if you just said meth, like somewhere in there, and
crack cocaine.
What's the other one that? No, just powder cocaine.
Just the good old regular stuff.
Yeah. Joe's done. Also is Lynn. So the next one is just this is very strange. It's the shortest one.
It's not a lot going on.
Yeah, right. It's kind of like a not a lullaby, but it's just like a slow.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interlude almost.
Yeah.
With how short it is, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Well, I think the interlude does kind of work because it does lead into the longest song on the album by like 2 minutes, which I understand. Speaking of, I understand. It's probably the most like poppy on the track. It's like it's catchy, but the tunes feel like mainstream. Dare I say?
Sort of in a sense, definitely. It's got that like very, very like 80s drum beat going on. I don't know. I like I understand actually. Like,
I like it too. It for whatever reason gives me OK Go vibes. I don't know why. I think it gives off like Hungry Ghost kind of vibes. If you guys listen to that, like, see what I'm saying? Also,
know,
goes
like,
on
the OK Go singles because it's OK Go, but
and I also wrote down for this one. It does go on like a little long.
Yeah. It could have been like a minute shorter, and I don't think it would have lost anything. So
I agree. I mean, like, the chorus isn't like that good. You don't have to repeat it.
Yeah.
And then leading us on to the final one, Candy Eyes. I think this Candy Eyes not the best song, but I do think it does make for a nice conclusion to the album. I love the kind of the opening where it's just an audio recording saying, "Hey, I'm gonna do this real quick because I think you're asleep." So he's playing the song to like a child or like a lover or something while they're asleep or something. Something on that.
Yeah, again, I think it's a pretty nice conclusion to the album for sure.
It's kind of sweet ending.
It's very dreamy.
Yeah,
very like Dream Bomb-esque.
Yeah, I think that. I think he does this with he does a similar thing for High Low as well, where it's just like a nice dreamy conclusion. It's like you're whisked away to sleep or something. At least that's how I interpreted it. Any final thoughts?
Buttercup's really good. Sorry, I always said
I second that.
Buttercup is pretty good.
It's my personal favorite off the album, definitely.
Leave a comment if you agree that Buttercup is good.
Damn.
Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe if you agree that Buttercup is good. And if you think Buttercup is bad, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yep.
No, leave a comment telling us why we're wrong.
Yeah.
About Buttercup.
Just leave a comment, honestly.
Leave a comment.
Even if you're one of those porn bots, just like do it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that'd be kind of fun, actually.
Yeah.
Sometimes the comments are really funny because they're just like generating random words. It seems like they just have like a library of like hot girls click things, and it just
there's also always a random timestamp.
Yes, I don't know why.
Half the time, it's literally not like a time in the video. It's like, it's at 25.3 minutes, and then like the video's 10 minutes long.
Maybe I wonder if there's like an algorithm that says like comments with timestamps in them are more popular or something like that. Huh?
Yeah, it's like user engagement or whatever.
I guess. That's not like a stat that YouTube really gives you, though. I don't know. Interesting.
Huh. Yeah. So, shall we move on to
the conclusion?
Yeah, we can wrap up some pop food.
Yeah.
There is quite a bit of food on this album. I'll give it that.
And drugs.
Usually the food's also a metaphor for drugs.
I find that most things are a metaphor for drugs.
Honestly, life is easier when everything's a metaphor for drugs.
Yeah.
It does make talking about drugs really hard though, because you never know if someone's like talking about drugs or not. You know, like I'm gonna get some groceries. Is it drugs? I don't know. Like, or it's when people develop the code for like if someone's cool with smoking pot, it's like, oh yeah, are they chill? Are they chill? But no one's 100% sure if yeah, you're chill means that you're cool with smoking pot, so you still have to double check anyway. So you're not. It doesn't even work as a code. I've seen this actually happen before too. It's pretty funny.
It's yeah. No, you're totally right. I think I've seen it too. Guys, it's okay to talk about drugs. A cop isn't gonna pop out of like around the corner and be like, you said the word drugs. You're under arrest.
Oh yeah, we're not black.
That's also true.
Yeah. Luckily,
Oof.
yeah, thank God Richard Nixon is still president.
Ooh.
Not do drugs. Yeah. All right. So pop food. I'm gonna give this. I don't listen to music a lot, so for this is like a 9, just like a 9 out of 10. It's like one of my favorite albums of all time.
Nice.
Ever. Yep.
No, totally understandable.
Yeah. For me, I think this is like a super creative, interesting, like the bedroom pop lo-fi record. There's a ton of creativity put into this. Jack definitely has a very unique style. I think there's definitely some tracks that I'm not too big on, but overall, I think it's pretty good. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. Recommend. Yeah.
I like a couple of the tracks here. Honestly, I get kind of tired of it. I do think it's definitely like unique. And if you've heard bedroom pop or like indie pop and stuff like that, Jack Stauber is similar, but he has his own spin on things, especially with like his vocal inflections and his kind of odd lyrics, which personally I'm not really that big of a fan of most of the time, but I do think this is probably like an album that plenty of people will be able to get into. Like if you're into like indie music, check out Jack Stauber, check out Pop Food, definitely. If not, just listen to Buttercup at least. Buttercup's a banger. Fucking love that track.
Absolutely. It is kind of like the intro to it's like the gateway drug.
Yep.
To Jack Stauber.
Definitely. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm not that big of a fan on this album. I'm at like a 5 to a 6, maybe.
Cool. You guys made my 9 out of 10 look kind of bad.
It's okay. When we did like MCR last week, I think it was the same deal with our guest like, loving it. Or no, that was 2 weeks ago. No.
What was it? It's like you gave it a 4, I give it like a 5 to a 6, and then we had a 7 and a 9.
Yeah, so. We were just all over the place.
Cool.
But movie time.
It's movie time. Jonah, you recommended a movie? Do I introduce the movie?
Yes, I recommended a movie, and the movie I recommended is Hardcore Henry. It's the Brendan just winked at me. I don't know what that was.
Well, you're just saying hardcore, and I'm like, yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Whatever you do, guys, don't search hardcore on Pornhub. Worst mistake of my life.
Yeah. So Hardcore is an action movie, and with the gimmick of it being shot all in first person with like a GoPro, and it's all over the marketing. It's on the poster for it. It's marketed as being shot like a first person shooter video game in the Netflix description. And I really, really like this movie. I don't know if you guys can tell by me recommending it, but I'm a big fan.
Yeah. This is a film. This is like my 3rd time watching this film, and while I do remember. Maybe I was just not in like the right mood for it this time. I remember like really enjoying it the first two times, and this time I enjoyed it, but I wasn't super big on it.
I
It's I don't know. I think there's was just kind of this. I think part of it is just that I've seen it 3 times, so at this point I kind of know everything that happens. And I'm just not. It's not as like thrilling for me anymore as it was originally.
I think this is a film that doesn't have a lot of replay value. Like, there's a twist in it. Spoilers for Harko Henry. The twist is your wife isn't your wife. Oh, she does a really good job trying to act as your wife, though. Definitely couldn't tell. But like once you know that, like once you've seen, as you said earlier, it's a gimmick. The whole first person thing. Once you've seen the gimmick play out the first time, watching it the second time around is kind of it's way less interesting than the first time. Because I remember the first time I saw this, it's very cool to see. I think like this is a very unique movie, and I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't seen it. As far as going back to it, that's not something I would recommend as much.
I really agree. I thought it had been like multiple years since I've seen it, so it was still my heart got my heart beating kind of fast at some points. But I do agree, it isn't as good second time around. Normally, I feel like when you watch like a good action movie second time around, it won't be as exciting, but you can like appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Like for the Mad Max movie, you know, like I've seen that movie like 5 times. It wasn't as exciting. I still liked it because I got like picked up on like the little stuff, you know. Not that for hardcore Henry, it was just less exciting, and the twist was.
It's not a very subtle movie.
No, yeah, there's not a lot of little stuff going on.
Yeah, I think the most subtle thing there was like a super hot poster in the background of some apartment that I picked up
like
on.
the Payday and the super hot poster. Like those are definitely video games that I'm gonna try and say the director's name. Ilya Naishuller was inspired by, and that kind of like Easter egg there was really nice. There's another thing.
Yeah, super hot.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say super hot. Good game. Play it. Most innovative shooter I've played in years. Check it out.
Definitely.
You were saying, Brendan? Yeah.
There's like maybe the only other time I could think of is that because you know that they're like watching Henry, that like they're Ken and his guys are all seeing what's going on in Henry's mind when he enters the truck to like save his wife. You can see on the screens what Henry's seeing. And
wow.
You can pick up on that detail before it's revealed. I guess if you, like the first time around, it's like very small because like the screens are kind of tiny and the action is just like moving fast. This movie is just entirely action. We should pretty much mention.
Yeah. Which is, I mean, if you're into that kind of thing, it's good.
Yeah, there's like very little room to breathe.
It's kind of ran into like the Doom 2016 problem. Like the action is like real good, but because there's no downtime in between, it can get like a little tiring, you know.
I have the opposite problem with Doom 2016. There's too much downtime in between combat for me. There's like a lot of like, well, I mean, if you get all the collectibles in that game, it's like so much backtracking and stuff.
Well, I like to enjoy myself. I don't really like go out of my way to hunt collectibles because I'm not a fucking nerd. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Doom 2016 was a good game, though. You should go play it. Anyway, so one issue, as much as I love Hardcore Henry, there are a couple problems. One of which is that I find that the first-person perspective makes the action a little hard to follow sometimes, especially in the opening when he's like tumbling all over the place. So instead of just like having a shot of a guy rolling after landing really hard, it's like his GoPro having like a seizure with the motion blurs. Just you can see like his arms and legs and shit freaking out. I think it became less of an issue once the movie got on, but it was maybe it's just because I get used to it, but at the beginning it is a little jarring.
Yeah, I don't think it works as well in like the more claustrophobic environments. There are times where he like invents and stuff like that, and it's pretty difficult to understand what's going on. But the more like open action sequences are definitely they work a lot better, I'd say.
Yeah.
Honestly, like they really do use the first person's perspective to their advantage most of the time. It really does feel like a video game. You can definitely tell that they're very inspired by video games. There are times where it like really feels like a video game with like the dialogue and stuff. The whole plot is definitely like a video game plot as well. And like things happen that use like video game logic to happen. There's like a time where like Jimmy gives Henry the grenade tutorial like an hour into the movie.
Yeah, I thought that too. No, I got a Modern Warfare 2 flashback where in the training ground he's like, throw the grenade to take out multiple targets, and you pick up the grenade. I was like, what's going on? It's literally like the army uniform Jimmy too. It's literally
he's like the sergeant.
I feel like that is definitely like a reference to Call of Duty games, but maybe not. Who knows?
I thought it was kind of a nod to it. How I interpreted to it, a gamer joke. I thought also the location, the choice of location as Russia, was just like a pretty good decision, because there's just like this brutalist architecture and kind of the whole movie. Henry is like confused. He's not like 100% sure what's happening. He's just like beating up everyone in his path. He's trying to be. He's got this Jimmy guy. There's so much chaos and new things being introduced, and the fact that he's in like Russia, where like he doesn't understand what anyone's saying, and like it's like filled with gangsters and stuff. It's just like I just thought that was kind of nice, because like if I was in Russia, I would like be like scared as shit. Like I don't. It's fucking Russia. Russia shit. Yeah. Like at one point he like he runs into some tracksuit wearing like bald like Russian guys. You guys remember that scene?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. A personal favorite. Like that's such a Russian thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just I'm older now, but
no, definitely. This movie has like a lot of great like scenes. Like there's some very quotable scenes, definitely, from this film. Like the line about the 100,000 baseball bats, but 50,000 baseballs. The hey, that's a great jacket. Where can I get one? And open fires with a flamethrower. I had seen that clip before I saw the movie, and then when I saw the movie, I was like, "Oh, that's where that's from." It has fun, definitely.
I think it's a good descriptor for the movie. It's a very fun movie. There's just lots of fun moments and stuff. No, hold on. Favorite scene. The jacket scene is funny. I think my favorite scene is when he's in the Russian brothel with all of the identical Russian chicks, and it's all clearly like BDSM oriented. He walks past this guy.
The same to you? Is that it?
What?
They all look the same to you, Jonah? Jonah, I thought you were better than this.
Listen here. Anyway, they are like kind of implied to be clones, right? Because they all have the exact same haircut and look like
it's just like a get up for the brothel.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm like Slav-phobic or whatever. They all look the same. But so they're in this BDSM thing, and it's like this guy who's on his back and his feet are like being used as the gas pedals. This car, and he looks at Henry and he's like, "I'm a fucking car."
Yes.
And like the BDSM chicks are like sitting on chairs pretending that they're in a car. Like one of them is like pretending to steer a steering wheel. The other one's like has it on. I thought that was so fucking funny. I wish I could be as happy as that guy pretending to be a car in a Russian brothel.
He was having the time of his life.
Probably on a lot of drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the brothel, just that section of the movie I thought was just like kind of interesting. And one small thing I noticed was that there's like a knocking thing at the door of the brothel, and it's literally shaped like a titty. I don't know if you guys picked up on that.
So you're just there for the titty, Jonah.
I mean, who is it? What, I forget the guy. The many.
The Jimmy. Yes.
Jimmy. He's like, knock on the knockers.
Yep.
Or knock on the knocker.
They do literally make that same joke. Yeah.
I didn't catch that. Yeah, I do like. I feel like the Russian brothel Jimmy is probably the best Jimmy besides the Colonel one, like the covered in coke, like dual MP5 one that just like that. I'm pretty sure like dies of a heart attack at the end. Personal thing.
He ends the bad guy kills him or whatever.
Oh, okay. I was like, yeah.
He
He gets thrown down the vent with Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Speaking of the bad guy, I thought their choice of villain was kind of interesting.
Right. He's like I said, he's very much like a video game villain. I like Aken. He's kind of fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy him. He's not like super. He's like just threatening enough to the point where he's not really that threatening. He's just kind of like this power hungry dude who has mysterious like magic telekinetic powers.
And he's fucking your wife.
Well, no, it's his wife.
Yeah, well, it's revealed at the end that it's his wife, but he is
like definitely on the first time through. He's a lot more menacing because he is like just raping your wife. But then the second time around, it's much lower stakes. I'll say that.
Yeah. I think also his superpower is really interesting to me, where he is telekinetic, and a lot of what he does is Henry trying to run and punch him, and he just like pushes him away with his mind powers, which is the second time around. It was like because Henry's main way of interacting with the world is punching people, and then the villain is so menacing because he interrupts his ability to punch people.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, because like you feel like your control is being ripped away. I also like the way he was. He wears like a turtleneck. He has contacts in.
He's got style.
His eyebrows are white. It's like he's like albino, so it's like a little unsettling.
So you hate white people?
Jesus Christ! What is it with you? What's with you, Brendan?
You're saying he's albino, so he's unsettling. Like Jonah.
Good. Why do I agree to be on the show? If you make these,
I mean, I would love to have you if you weren't being so bigoted.
Christ.
No, it's okay. We love you.
Yeah,
it's okay. We can hate on Russian people. They don't exist.
Yeah. It's something. It was invented to scare Americans into allowing like union busting policy to be passed in the government.
That was McCarthy's plan all along.
Yeah, there is no Russia. It's like that meme. It's like there is no Tooth Fairy, there is no Easter Bunny, and there is no Russia. Yeah.
I've never been to Russia, so like, I can't prove that it exists.
Supposedly, some of my dad's colleagues have, because it's part of the cyber. As far as I know, he knows guys from Israel. I don't even know if Israel exists either.
They're just there to keep the conspiracy going.
Yeah, like at this, like
actors.
As skeptical as I am of Israel's existence, I don't think the Palestinians would like oppress themselves that hard, without Israel being there. Like you gotta erect an apartheid state, like on like it just doesn't add up to me. Yeah, but one thing about Russians, supposedly, this is just a little tangent, is that just people in Eastern Europe in general are more comfortable with like silence. So when he was on a business trip to like Norway or something, or his colleagues were in Russia, like some things that like they'll do is they'll just like sit in silence for a little bit, and it's always like super uncomfortable as if you're on there on like a business trip because you have to sit there and like try not to be the American guy who feels the need to fill the silence with something because you just have to like sit there, like it's like awful. Unfortunately, there were no scenes of sitting in silence in Hardcore Henry. Just a little tidbit.
Well, I mean, if you count the very end when he's like looking at himself in the mirror, then
yeah. Flashback. Oh yeah, let's talk about the dad flashback thing.
yeah.
I thought I really liked that, honestly. I don't know. I know it wasn't like super artsy or like sophisticated, but I like the way it was used in the movie.
I think it works. Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. I mean, the movie starts out, literally the first words are, "You little pussy." So.
Yeah.
The callback is appreciated.
Callback is I do like it isn't. I was expecting when the first time around, I was expecting it to be like "you little pussy" at the beginning, and at the end it was like "you little pussy," and then blah 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 blah. But the dad was like you're a little pussy is what they called me, and I proved them right. Is what my dad called me, and I proved them right for killing people for all the wrong reasons, which I thought was nice because it was like a little twist on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little surprisingly more like wholesome than I expected. And then he kills his wife and kicks her off in a helicopter.
Oh yeah, I have to say the last like fight in the film I think is like really fantastic.
Oh, absolutely!
It's just like one interesting like they created the set and were just like, hey, how many things on this roof can we like do stuff with? So you have like people getting thrown into fans, dying to like a giant like a radio tower or something.
Yeah, like an electrocution.
Yep.
At some point,
it's like an electric fence and stuff. There's just so much. There's so much stuff, and I think it keeps the flow of that fight like. It makes it really intense in a way I think a lot of the other fights aren't.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I love the build up to it. Like he has to fight one super soldier, and he like barely kills him. And then the doors open. There's like 100 of them, and so immediately you're like, "Oh shit, is he gonna survive?" You know, because you've seen Hardcore Henry, or Henry, I don't know why I refer to him as Hardcore Henry. You've seen Henry get like the shit kicked out of him before. It's like him getting the shit kicked out of him again by these 100 dudes is like a real possibility that you have to deal with.
Yeah.
You know. He does win though at the end. I'm pretty sure he's gonna bleed to death in that helicopter though. I'm being honest because he got.
Yeah. I really love the like moment after like the dad flashback happens when he like takes the barbed wire and just like wraps it around his hands and then just goes after the bad guy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like speaking of video game moments, like he literally like platforms across these suspended corpses of the guys.
Yeah.
Like that was the ending to a video game, and I think he kills the guy by wrapping his eyeball cord around his mouth. Yeah, pulling on it. I like that. That was a little creative. I was expecting him to like get like pushed off a building or something like dumb like that. I do appreciate the eyeball kill.
Yeah.
The eyeball kill.
The eyeball kill. Yeah, honestly, as far as the ex-wife, that's what I'm going to refer to as, it was a little disappointing to see her just like fall off of the helicopter. I wanted to see him like just like fucking go ahead, like fucking be, like after the character is like such a bitch, like you lead him on, you do all these things to him. Like I hated her more than the actual villain after the twist, and to see her just fall to death that easily was very disappointing. I mean, it was fine for the ending of the movie, but if I were to change one thing, it would be the ex-wife to die, like more gruesomely.
Wow. Okay. That's kind of cruel.
Damn.
She fell out of a helicopter. Not gruesome enough for Jonah.
She should have landed in like a pillow factory or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Who knows? Yeah. 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 I mean, that's pretty much all my thoughts on Hardcore Henry. There is one little detail I picked up later. So, in the initial escape pod sequence, you have like one of the lab guys from before get into one of the escape pods. He's like, "Sorry guys, it appears that man is completely lost it," and then he drops. So clearly, like the plan that the bad guys had set up is that him and the wife get into 2 escape pods and then drop. But it looks like one of the lab guys was like, "This shit is insane." Like watching it again after you've seen the twist, it actually makes sense because he's like, "Damn, my boss is completely lost it. Fuck you. I'm taking this escape pod." And then which leads Henry to like, pull her into the escape pod. I thought that was a cool detail. Enough. Yeah. But that's pretty much all I have to say on it. You guys?
I guess I think there's some like nice set pieces. I like when they run across the bridge. I'm pretty sure they just did that.
Yeah, there's
like,
a lot of
multiple
parkour.
times.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the stunts are like just like practical. Like I read a little bit about it, and like the guy, like the director would walk up to these guys and be like, "Hey, run up that bridge, like you two run up that bridge," and they'd be like, "Okay," and then just do it, like no safety stuff or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. The fact that this film was made on a budget of like $2 million. I assume a lot of that goes to like special effects because there's a lot of like blood and muzzle flash and all that good stuff in this film. But like, it's not a high budget film, and it manages to do a lot with its budget. Because it's very creative. It's a creative film, and I have to give it credit for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I guess the other thing I want to say is I do feel like some of the performances in the film aren't great. Jimmy, I feel like is kind of a lot of the time.
I like Jimmy. I like
till towards the end.
Yes.
He gets better towards the end, but like his introduction is very like feels very forced in the way he's being introduced.
Yep.
Or not the way he's being introduced, but the way he talks to Henry is like very like it feels like a line rather than a character saying it, you know?
Yep. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. I think also, I don't know, it can definitely get a bit much. If you're not like 100% down for the ride, then it's like it's a lot to like go through. There's just action scene after action scene. There's like basically no time to breathe, and that definitely can hurt the film. I feel like, I think it's more, I guess, the film has this like interesting like switch between humor and then like action. Like for example, when he's in like the tunnel towards the start of the film, he's being chased by cops. There's like the moment where he walks into the shop or whatever, and there's just like this big like comedic like exchange between him and the woman who's working there. But it's like it just a lot of that humor didn't really connect for me personally.
Yeah, I agree. I do. I also feel like a lot of it is just like him doing some of the humor, or just at least for me, is just him doing stuff. But just the fact that like he doesn't talk, or not only does he not talk at all, he just doesn't make any mouth noises at all. So normally, if you would like punch someone, for example, like break a guy's arm, normally you'd be like ah, or like oh, but he just like silent. So I think it's something kind of like absurd almost of him doing all this stuff while making like no noise at all. Like all right, I think to quote Jimmy, this is some Charlie Chaplin shit or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if I were to give this movie a score out of 10, I'd give this like 7, I think.
All right.
What do you guys think?
So it's kind of a pro gamer move, if you ask me.
Damn.
We didn't mention this movie's made for gamers, anyways.
It is.
Kind of is. Personally, I'd have to give this film like a 6. I think I still have to give it a lot of credit for its creativity and just in general how fun it is. I was definitely more positive on it the first time I saw it. Like I said, replay value isn't that great. If you've never seen it and you like action or you like FPSs, I definitely think you should check it out if you're in the mood for like an action film. But I can't say I really feel like this film has like a broad audience either.
Yeah.
I feel that.
I have to agree with Brenton. I'd give this like a 6 out of 10. The first 2 times I saw this, I was at like a 7. I think again, it's just like I've watched it too many times at this point. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it in like 10 years and like really enjoy it. But it's very like if you haven't seen it before, give it a watch because it's short. It's pretty fun. If it's a fun time. It's very gory, which is pretty nice. Very violent. But yeah, there's definitely aspects of the film that I think are definitely not as good on rewatch. So yeah, 6 out of 10 for me.
All right, I think that's reasonable.
Mm.
Yeah. I didn't say it when I did like my final score, but yes, I would recommend this movie to action fans, FPS fans. Definitely it's definitely just a first watch kind of thing. I have to agree with you guys on that. But yeah.
It's also on Netflix, so
yeah, so it's like you know, just check it out.
Yeah,
for 50 minutes. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, that about wraps it up for this week. Coming in next week, right? We have the same show with different stuff. The album is going to be Heaven to a Tortured Mind by Eve's Tumor.
Ooh. Okay, I'm excited.
Ooh, go check out our year-end list for a little preview on that one.
One of the best albums of 2019 or 2020. I mean, I'm still in 2020 mode.
So yeah, understandable. And the movie is going to be Moonlight, directed by Barry Jenkins.
Ooh.
I have like 4 white guys or something talking about Moonlight, so exciting.
Okay.
I wonder what opinions they will have.
Oh man.
Man, can't wait. It's gonna be like the Oscars. I mean, that's be like La La Land, Best Picture.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
who are you?
Wait, hold on. Isn't Moonlight like about like the gay shit too?
Yes,
what a way to
but
say
why
that, yeah.
did you phrase it like that?
Well, sorry. Sorry, I hang out with so I'm like a little gay, you know, you feel, and
Sure.
all of my friends are either gay or a little gay, and so when we talk, that's just how we talk. I forget that like not everyone is a little gay like me, so I'm just like, yeah, it's just a gay shit. Yeah, I was just doing some gay shit yesterday. I apologize profusely for saying that. I'm not homophobic, please.
have any closing thoughts you want to say after that one?
I think I should probably stop talking now.
I'm sure if there's anybody still listening, you've probably offended them at some point throughout this podcast.
Well, I've done my job. It's one of my character traits. I'm like controversial or whatever. I don't care what people think.
Damn.
I'm saying, they try to censor me, you know?
No.
I'm censored.
Jordan just made a really good visual gag that none of our listeners will understand. So
yeah. Oh shit! I forgot there was a video to this.
There's no we're the privileged viewers here. We have open eyes and ears. Anyways, that's gonna be the show. Thanks for listening. Have a wonderful time.